Bonjour tout le monde, comment ça va? Aujourd'hui, nous allons voir les pronoms relatifs, the relative pronouns. You have different relative pronouns, but today we're only going to see three. Qui, que, and où. So, why do you use a relative pronoun? You use a relative pronoun when you have two sentences like this. C'est une fête. Cette fête dure 30 jours. It's a party. That party lasts 30 days. Two sentences, but in those two, when using two sentences, you're repeating that word, cette fête. It's a party. This party lasts 30 days. So you want to make a sentence a bit lighter and better. So you're going to transform those two sentences with a relative pronoun. And now you're not going to repeat fête or party because you are using a relative pronoun. It's the same thing in English. It's a party that lasts 30 days. That. Okay? C'est une fête qui dure 30 jours. So now we don't repeat the word fête. We still keep it though, but we're not repeating it because by using the relative pronoun, we avoid that repetition. So that word that we replaced, but that we keep at least once in that one sentence, we call it the antécédent because it means it is before, antécédent, prior to the relative pronoun here, qui. So it is better to use a relative pronoun because it makes a better sentence. So now you're here, you had two sentences. Now you transform in those two sentences in one sentence that has a relative pronoun but still has two now clauses. Okay, you know you have two clauses because you have two verbs, right? But you have only one sentence thanks to the relative pronoun. Pronoun means replaces. Okay, so now second example. C'est un joli cadeau. J'aime ce cadeau. Here, same thing, you have a repetition, cadeau. It's a pretty gift. I like this gift. So you want also to avoid to repeat a gift or cadeau. So you also want to make only one sentence instead of two. So you're gonna do c'est un joli cadeau que j'aime. You use a relative pronoun. You keep this word once and then to avoid to repeat it, you're going to use the relative pronoun. So now we're going to see which relative pronoun should you use. So we're going to see the relative pronoun qui and que. You want to make sure you pronounce qui, que. So in this sentence here, c'est une fête qui dure 30 jours. It's a party that lasts 30 days. Here, c'est un étudiant, pardon, qui est gentil. It's a student who is nice. So here, for a thing, you're going to use qui, and you also see in French that for a person, you also use qui. So it doesn't matter if it's a person or a thing, you need to use qui. In English, it's a bit different. You're going to say that or who if it's a person. Not in French. You're going to use qui in both cases. What is important though, why do you use qui is because just after the relative pronoun, you have a verb. And that's why you use qui, because qui is now the subject of the verb. Okay? Donc, it's a party that lasts 30 days. C'est une fête qui dure 30 jours. In the second example here, c'est un joli cadeau que j'aime. Here, voici un cadeau qu'on offre à la Saint-Valentin. So what you want to notice right away is that que in front of voyelle here, you're gonna drop that e and you're gonna use que apostrophe. Qui, as you see here, never does the apostrophe. You see here you have a voyelle, it does remain qui. But que in front of a voyelle is gonna do an apostrophe. So what do you notice between the two, the qui example and the que examples? You should notice that, as we say, after the qui, you have a verb. After the que, you have a pronoun. Or you can have also a noun. You can say, here it could have been Nathalie, let's say. Okay? C'est un joli cadeau que Nathalie aime. Here, same thing. Voici un cadeau qu'on offre à la Saint-Valentin. Hein, here is a gift that we offer at Valentine's Day. So here we offer on is a pronoun. Voici un cadeau que Nathalie offre à la Saint-Valentin. Voici un cadeau. Here's a gift that Natalie offers at Valentine's Day. So what's important here is that just after que, you have or a pronoun or a noun. You do not have a verb. If you have a verb, you need to use qui. And that's pretty much all that you remember. You want to also remember that que is the direct object of the verb mm. J'aime what? The cadeau. That's why it is que. But for you to remember, you just want to remember that you're going to use qui in front of a verb and que in front of a pronoun or a noun. You also have the relative pronoun ou. So you're going to usually use ou when the antécédent indicates a location, sorry, a location, a place, and so on. So in English, it's going to be where, right? So it's the same here than English. Le salon est la pièce où je préfère étudier. The living room is the room where I prefer to study. Second example, c'est un pays où il fait toujours beau. It's a country where the weather is always nice. So a country, the room, it's a place, a location in English. It's where easy. Où is very easy in those examples because it replaces a noun that indicates a location, a place. So you want to keep that noun, the antécédent, and use the pronoun ou. Here, you're also going to use ou, and that's a little bit less known, but it is in your ebook as well. So when you see here, l'année is not a place. Un mois, the year, a month, it's more a time, right? A period of time. So 2020, 2020 est l'année où l'épidémie de COVID a commencé. 2020 is the year when the epidemic started. Décembre est un mois où il y a beaucoup de fêtes. December is a month when there are a lot of parties. So you will also in French use où when really in English it means when, because the word just before où, the antécédent, indicates a time, a period of time. So now the last as concept aspect thing we want to cover is que and the passé composé with avoir, the auxiliary avoir. It is very important. Look at this. C'est le cadeau que j'ai acheté. So we're using que and here we're using passé composé with avoir. So you want to remember that when the antécédent is masculine singular, the past participle is always going to be a, for example, if it's the verb, if the verb is a ER verb, of course. So, le cadeau que j'ai acheté. What you want to remember is when you use que followed by passé composé with avoir, the past participle is going to agree with, oops, with the antécédent. So, let's see here. C'est la voiture que j'ai achetée. La voiture is feminine singular. La voiture que j'ai achetée, you're gonna add that E for the feminine. Compared to here, masculine singular, you're gonna use A. Ce sont les livres que j'ai achetés. Les livres, masculine plural, you're gonna agree the past participle ES. Ce sont les pommes, féminin pluriel, que j'ai acheté, féminin pluriel. So those are the apple that I bought, feminine plural. Those are the books that I bought, you know. You don't you hear the plural here in English, you just don't hear of course the feminine masculine, but in French masculine plural es, féminine plural ES. Voilà. Merci beaucoup. I hope it helps and I will see you soon on another video. Au revoir. Merci.